It's a new structure for home entertainment. But to be sure, the most important factor for gamers is how this new structure can be incorporated into gameplay. So let's hear first from the developer who has given the most thought so far to new possibilities. Mr. Miyamoto.
We can make games that you play only in the palm of your hands, even when something else is on TV. And we can also make entertainment that uses both the TV and the smaller screen. It's up to the designers to decide how to use this, based on what is best for the games they're making. The hardware itself has the capability, so the games can be designed both ways. More than anything, I'm really looking forward to new styles of play in ways we haven't thought of yet. I think this has a lot of possibilities. And there are so many, we're just trying to decide where to begin. I think there won't be a shortage of ideas. I think as the third-party developers are also thinking up all of their own new ideas, then our vision for the future of the Wii U console will include numerous ways to play.
Please look for the full Iwata Asks interview in text format at e3.nintendo.com. As Mr. Miyamoto indicated, we are facing an unusual situation. And as a developer myself, I also feel this. New ideas are popping up one after another. And we are not alone. A few months ago, I explained the concept of Wii U to Mr. Sakurai, who was developing Kid Icarus. We were discussing which platform his next game should be developed for, Nintendo 3DS or Wii U. What Mr. Sakurai suggested then was a specific idea to make Smash Brothers for both Nintendo 3DS and Wii U, to make it work together on both platforms. Well, since his team is still involved in the final work for the Kid Icarus, maybe I shouldn't go into any details today. But I think I have just promised you that Smash Brothers will be developed for Nintendo 3DS and for Wii U, and that the software will work together in some fashion. Of course, this is a product for the future. But here in LA, there is Wii U software to play this week. Let me call Reggie back onto the stage and ask him to explain.
Thank you, Mr. Iwata. Stating that Wii U will change the way you play games is a pretty bold assertion. So this week, we're providing tangible proof. In the convention center, you're going to find 8 different interactive experiences. Now, please note, those from Nintendo are not prototypes of actual games. They're just interactive demonstrations. Let me show you just an early example of what this system can do. Let me highlight a couple of more experiences. And to do that, I'm going to focus on how the new controller can change things. The first is simple. Something that looks a lot like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but in this conceptual state, it's being called New Super Mario Bros. Mii. That's right, your Mii plays right alongside Mario, and you could watch the action on either of the screens. Second, the new controller can now take the game world off the TV and spread it all around you, letting you peer into it from any angle. This one is called Shield Pose. And if you don't move the new controller back and forth, up and down, pirate arrows are going to come from you from all directions and find their mark. Third, a new form of multiplayer, Chase Me, is set in a familiar-looking Nintendo world. But that world looks very different depending whether you're holding a Wii remote or the new controller. If you've got the new controller, you've got a bird's eye view of the 4 folks trying to catch you, and that definitely improves your odds. On the show floor, make sure to try both perspectives. Finally, we apply that same idea to create a different kind of shooter. 2 galactic fighters on the ground are shooting up at a spaceship. And up there, the pilot is looking down, blasting away from his viewpoint. I'll warn you in advance, it's not easy, but man, it's a lot of fun. Now, to repeat, what I've just described are prototypes, not actual games. But I can announce one title that is in development for Wii U. Nintendo will publish the LEGO City Stories in partnership with TT Games, a Warner Brothers entertainment company. This will be a new installment in the LEGO series that sold over 60 million copies in North America and Europe. More than half of those have sold on Nintendo platforms. So it only seems fitting that LEGO City Stories, a new open-world game packed with action, humor, and a whole city full of LEGO vehicles, is coming exclusively to both Wii U and Nintendo 3DS. In fact, developers from around the world see the vast promise of Wii U. But you don't have to take my word for it. Here's a sample of what they're saying.
Once we saw the new console together with the new controller, my mind immediately started racing to what we can do with this in the world of sports.
And there was total shock and amazement, from the team.
I call it the Swiss Army knife of controllers. It does absolutely everything you could want.
This new controller really revolutionizes the traditional path.
Connectivity, advanced graphic, an engaging interface.
The ability to have asymmetrical gameplay. So one player can be doing one thing while another player can be doing something else on the TV.
友達の対戦やってるのを阻害せず、隣の友達が別の画面を持って楽しむこともできるし。
A full console experience that's getting streamed. I have a little headphone. My wife will be asleep, and I, put in headphones and play a full, hardcore console gaming experience in bed on this, on this smaller screen. That's a really revolutionary thing for me as a gamer.
But it also means we can make games of a sort that we were never able to make before.
It's a phenomenal piece of technology. It's a platform, I think, that's going to really revolutionize what's happening in console.
We're planning on putting Darksiders 2 on the new console at launch.
鉄拳16年の歴史の中で、実は任天堂さん据え置き機では初となる鉄拳になります。
Batman Arkham City. It's going to be on the new console.
In Assassin's Creed, you can just imagine what the multiplayer will look like with multiple screens. And our Ghost Recon Online will leverage the fantastic connectivity of the new controller.
You know, they really know how to keep us developers on our toes.
It seems like Nintendo sort of heard the voices of the hardcore gamer.
We couldn't be more excited to be able to bring the power of EA Sports to Nintendo's new console.
It's not just more of the same. It really is opening up a whole new world of gameplay.
This is exactly what it takes to shape the future.
Everything you see this week is just the first pass. We've got a lot to look forward to when they arrive in final form.
I'm very happy that so many developers already are responding to the potential for creating a new structure for home video game system, the one we were proposing with Wii U. It can satisfy all tastes with deeper gameplay action and wider appeal. To lend one final perspective, we have invited Electronic Arts, the most successful independent publisher in industry history, to join us on stage. Please join me in welcoming the CEO of EA, Mr. John Riccatello.
Thank you, Iwata-san, and thank